What is going on, everybody? It is day 2 of deer season and we are running around like chickens with our heads cut off. I went hunting this morning, drew a goose egg. I didn't see a single deer. And then now we've ran up into the mountains, and this is not a short trip. This is about a 5-hour round trip to check that bait barrel for the bear, which I have not given up on yet. They hadn't came in, but I hadn't given up on it yet. So we got to get this done real quick, and I wanted to show it to y'all just in case the bear didn't show up. I could show y'all what we had going on, and maybe y'all can give me some pointers. And then we're trying to get home this evening in time to deer hunt again. So let me pass the camera off, and I'll start digging stuff out of the truck and showing y'all what all I got, what all I'm going to put in the barrel, and then we'll go from there. Got 50 pounds of corn. Surely bears like corn. Now I got a whole bunch of syrup because somebody said pour syrup on it and the little critters would step in it and then traipse the scent all through the wood. That sounds reasonable. And then I got some donuts. I got a whole bunch of donut holes from the donut shop that were left over, and then some expired cakes and stuff. All right, we got to drag this back down in there about a mile, so we'll pick you back up when we get to the barrel. We made it. Yeah. And it is uphill most of the way. I don't have a camera. I took the camera out, but I am super excited. Something has been in here. Look at this big old flat spot about the size of a bear butt. Maybe he's been sitting there eating. I don't know. We're gonna put a camera back up today after we freshen it up. It looks like a lot of the corn's still in there. Last time when I was here, I baited it kind of the same way I'm baiting it now. I put 50 pounds of corn in it, probably 20 pounds of donuts, and then instead of syrup, I used bacon grease. But we're gonna use syrup today. Let me catch my breath, get the lid off this barrel. There's the tree stand right there. Boy, that was a booger getting in here. Had to drag it and carry it the whole way. There's a ATV trail that runs through this land that we've bought, but I don't have an ATV right now and my truck won't make it. Anyways, let me catch my breath and then we'll start baiting this barrel up. I got the lid off there. All the donuts are gone. About half the corn. It was a 50-pound bag and there's probably 20 or 25 pounds left in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the let me pass this camera back off. I'm gonna go ahead and put the donuts in, and then the cakes, and then I'll put some corn on top of that, and then I'm gonna syrup it down. Then we'll hang a camera up. I changed my mind. I'm gonna hang my camera up right now before my hands get to smelling sweet. I don't want my hands to smell sweet and then the bear rip my camera off the tree. So let me get that done real quick. Let's see what we got here. We got a cupcake. If I was a bear, I'd eat a cupcake. Sugar cookies. I don't even know. Some sort of blueberry muffins. Some more blueberry muffins. This is the stuff people don't like because they didn't buy it and it was expired and I got it for free. Hope the bears don't turn their nose up at it. More sugar cookies. And another cupcake. Put a little bit of this syrup on there, and then I'm gonna put the rest of that corn on there. Oh, see, got it all over my finger. It's a good thing I got that camera up. About half of it. Let me put the other 50 pounds of corn in there. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to baiting bears. Never baited a bear before. Completely winging it here. So if you got any good ideas, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna save just a little bit to put on the lid, see if I can get them standing up. This may be a bad idea, I don't know. They said the little critters would step in the syrup and spread the scent around. I'm gonna step in it myself. Maybe I'll spread it around on the way out. All right, y'all seen the setup. We'll check it again here in 2 or 3 days and then see if a bear is actually coming in. Now we got to gather everything up and run full tilt back to the house, hopefully in time to do a little deer hunting this evening. Y'all let me know if you got any suggestions on what I could be doing better when it comes to bear hunting. I got back and I got all geared up and I was ready to go. And I realized I hadn't cleaned up my arrow from that last deer I shot. So I gotta get this arrow cleaned up. I gotta get this broadhead sharpened before I go hunting. I know y'all are all out there thinking I'm rich and just have a whole bunch of supplies sitting around, but that is just not true at all. I am still just flying by the seat of my pants. I have 2 functioning broadheads to my name. And only 1 camera. We took it up to the mountains today. That ought to work. Maybe we can kill another deer with this arrow tonight. Let me get over here to this table and I'll show you how I sharpen these broadheads real quick. This here is how I sharpen these Montex. This is a 344 jig by Stay Sharp. You can tell I've used it a lot. I've been using it for about 3 years now. And it changes the bevels on these 3-blade broadheads from like 30 degrees to 44 degrees. So that's the idea behind the name, is it'll sharpen any 3-blade broadhead at a 44-degree bevel. And when you first start to sharpen them, it takes about an hour to change the bevel. It takes me about an hour to get them right. So I take them out of the box, I sharpen them for the first time. It takes about an hour to get that bevel changed. And then after I shoot through a deer, as long as I don't hit a rock, it usually don't take me more than about 5 minutes. I'll run it through a couple different grits of sandpaper and then the polishing pad there. But you just make sure that you do an even amount of strokes on all sides. And then work your way through the sandpaper. I am in such a hurry. We are running out of time. I can't talk and count. I'll pick y'all back up when I get to the polishing. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. This sucker is, she is polished up and ready to go. That is one sharp broadhead. You can get these jigs on, let's see, give me a second, I'll think of the name of the website. StaySharpJigs.com, I think. My wife bought this for me a couple years ago for my birthday. It is well worth it. They have a bunch of jigs. Just they don't only sell this jig. I think they sell about, I don't know, 8 or 10 different ones. So it don't really matter what kind of broadhead you're using. They probably got a jig for it. All right, I have got to get everything together and get my hind end over there in a tree. So moving on. Normally, if it was this late, I wouldn't even go hunting, but we're hunting town deer and they're just not the same. And, you know, if we bust them out of there when we're walking in, they're likely to come back. The wind's all wrong, but that don't matter because they're used to smelling us and it's just all around a little easier. I think I'm in love with hunting town deer. People still look at me funny when they drive by and see me holding a camera out in front of my face. Anyways, we're gonna get over there. If anybody's new, I'll show you the spot we're hunting. We'll get all set up before it just flat gets too late. Well, I made it up into the stand and we're going to get to test this theory about town deer because there were, in fact, a doe and 2 little yearlings right here under the tree stand. They busted off back that way. So we'll see if they come back. I ain't got but a couple hours before it gets dark. Any of y'all that are brand new, didn't watch the last video, I'm hunting an urban spot. I'm hunting on a row of houses that sits between 2 hardwood groves. And right here where I'm at, there is a row of trees that's about 20 yards wide, and it sits between 2 of these houses, and these deer are using this row of trees to go back and forth between these 2 hardwood groves. So I don't know where them deer went, so I'm gonna get everything set up and get quiet. I'm using the Mini Striker reverse again with our 14-inch hunting bolt stainless steel insert. It just blew through that last deer. I know it was a little deer, that one that I shot, but it never did check up. I mean, it just hammered through and hit the ground hard. I have no doubt that it'll hammer through a full-grown deer like that. All right, let me get everything set up, get quiet, and we'll see if those deer come back. It took her a little longer than I was expecting, but here she comes back down the fence line with those fawns. The only reason I'm talking is because I don't think it matters. There's people in the yard behind me, 3 or 4 of them, and they're talking. She's paying attention to them too. She better hurry up and come home. We're running out of light. She ain't having it, I guess. I suppose the people being in the yard is just too much for her. She hung up in the brush out there, just out of range for several minutes before she decided just to mosey on off. Oh man, I guess these town deer are a little smarter than I gave them credit for. No, here she comes back. Here she comes back. It's getting too dark to film. She came in 20 minutes ago. Came right here to about 15 or 20 yards behind some brush, and the neighbors came home, just part of it, and she hung up and refused to come in. Swung a wide circle and came back in just before it was too dark to film. And I was able to get a shot on her. I seen her run across this field over yonder, so maybe she's down. I found my arrow. A little bit more blood on it than yesterday. I don't know what is going on with these. Maybe it's just the pink fletchings. I don't know, maybe it's harder to see blood on pink fletchings. Anyways, let's go over here to where I seen her last, and maybe she's laying there. I went home and got a flashlight and come back. I didn't even need the flashlight. The last place I seen her, I don't know if y'all can see over there just yet, is where she went down. She is dead, laying right in their backyard. If I was to turn the camera around, you'd see that I'm 20 feet from the back door of their house. But I ain't gonna do that. Let's go see where this shot was. This here's a big old doe. This ain't none of that little baby stuff like yesterday. Oh, that was a smoking good shot. Come out right where it was supposed to. Let's see where it went in. Right behind the shoulder center of the body. I was shooting from high going down, so perfect shot. This is a big doe here, and that arrow punched all the way through. Those stainless steel bolts are the way to go. They got a little extra weight with the 100 grain broadheads. Boom, punch right through. Oh, I drug her out to the road. The car just passed. I don't think they was happy with me. Everything's all legal. Look, here she is. Just sitting right on the edge of the road, waiting on my wife to come around and get me, because I'm not dragging her all the way back to the house. She ran in the opposite direction. And y'all hear me sucking air. Here comes my wife and Cap. I hope. I'm gonna turn the light out because it may not be them. Hey, right here. It's over here. Look that way. It's bigger than the other one, isn't it? Here we go. Alright, it'll take both of us. You ready, Freddie? Yeah. Let's drag it. We done had 2 cars go by, and they keep stopping. People are not used to seeing people shoot deer. Oh my goodness. Where's the button? We're gonna have to do this all weird like. Alright, y'all don't make fun of my fat guy rolling up into the truck. Oh goodness.
How do you turn this thing on?
Cap, I'm not gonna lie. You weren't. You weren't much help. That's all we got. Y'all don't forget to check out our boats. Hold on. There you go. You can get them at thewaterswatters.com. If you buy crossbows from William Tail Archery, they are our biggest supporters. So I gotta give a huge thanks to William Tail Archery. Those guys are awesome. All right, I got another deer to clean. It's hot. That's all we got. I gotta catch my breath, and we will catch you next time.